Remember the hype? The summer transfers that had us all buzzing? New faces set to rewrite the Premier League script? But hold on, what if the real drama isn't from the arrivals, but the ones who are already here? The veterans, the stars we banked on to elevate their games. Instead, they've hit the skids, turning promise into peril. These oldcomers, the established gunslingers who should have been firing on all cylinders, are stumbling hard. And today, we're counting down the top 10 most shocking letdowns of the season so far. From anonymous midfielders to record-breaking strikers ghosting games, this list will make you question everything. Stick around, because number 1, it's a gut punch you won't see coming. Let's dive in. Number 10, Morgan Rogers, the vanishing Villa spark. Picture this. Last season, Morgan Rogers was Aston Villa's secret weapon, ripping through defenses with 8 league goals, leaving Villa Park roaring. He was the attacking midfielder who turned games single-handedly. So, what in the world happened? Fast forward to now, and Rogers is a ghost in the machine. Anonymous, ineffective, a shadow flickering where a flame should blaze. In his starts this term, he's barely registered. Pundits are tearing into him. Limited impact, 0 wow factor. Dig into the stats, and it's brutal. Chances created, down. Dribbles completed, plummeting. Duels won, laughably low compared to his breakout year. Villa fans who chanted his name like a battle cry are left scratching their heads. But wait, a glimmer. That Thunderbolt screamer away at Tottenham? Pure vintage Rogers. If he strings a few more like that, he might claw his way off this list before we blink. Yet with Villa chasing Champions League dreams, can he reignite, or is this the start of the deeper fade? Number 9, Anthony Elanga, Newcastle's $55 million mirage. Newcastle United, hungry for Europe, dropped $55 million on Anthony Elanga after 2 electric seasons at Forest. 6 goals, 12 assists, pace that terrorized fullbacks. He was the shiny upgrade on Jacob Murphy, right? Wrong. 8 games in, and Elanga's stat sheet is a blank canvas. 0 goals, 0 assists. Vanishing act complete. Take that gut-wrenching 2-1 loss to Brighton. 20 touches. That's it. 1 pass into the final third before the hook at halftime. His expected assists crashed from 0.39 per 90 at Forest to a pitiful 0.05. Adaptation takes time, sure, but this is evaporation. Eddie Howe's patience is paper thin with Champions League spots dangling. Elanga needs to rediscover that blistering form, or the bench becomes his new home. Newcastle's attack is sputtering without him, but is he the fix, or a $55 million question mark? Number 8, Jørgen Strand Larsen, Wolves' silent enigma. Summer 2025, chaos in the striker market. Newcastle, desperate post-Isak, lobbed $55 million at Wolves for Jørgen Strand Larsen. Rejected. They pivot to Nick Voller instead, and oh boy are the Magpies breathing easy now. Voller? Seamless. Larsen? A drought deeper than the Black Country. 0 Premier League goals. Zilch. Wolves gaffer Vitor Pereira spills on the club site. Recurring Achilles woes, barely training between matches. It's not just bad luck, it's a high valuation nightmare. Newcastle's bid looks genius in hindsight, but for Wolves, propping up the table's basement, Larsen's silence is deafening. If he doesn't break his duck soon, survival slips further away. Brutal, right? Number 7, Virgil van Dijk, the crumbling colossus. He's Virgil van Dijk, Premier League royalty, the defender who redefined calm. At 35, fresh off hoisting the title, we figured he'd anchor Liverpool like always. Instead, shaky, exposed, a far cry from the unbreakable wall. Liverpool's backline leaking like a sieve. 11 goals shipped in 8 games, up from 3 last year at this stage. Van Dijk's poise? MIA. Errors creep in, confidence wobbles, and the ripple hits everyone. Arne Slot's Reds are vulnerable, and as the skipper, VID carries the weight. Don't bury him yet, legends rebound. But with title challengers circling, can he re-steady the ship, or is this Father Time finally cashing in? Number 6, Morgan Gibbs-White, Forest's fading maestro. Nottingham Forest, darling of Europe after last season's heroics, lock in Morgan Gibbs-White with a juicy new deal. Why? His 15 goal involvements were the heartbeat pushing them towards Champions League glory. The Tricky Trees number 10 was untouchable. Now, The dream's a nightmare. Relegation scrap, and Gibbs White's the conductor losing the sheet music. He's topping the league in misplaced passes, 10.2 per 90, double his 6.71 from last term. Accuracy? Evaporated. Concentration? Shot. Every errant ball cost points in a survival fight. Forrest is off the boil, but his wobbles hurt deepest. Nuno's got options. Will Gibbs White's bench time loom if this persists? It's a team-wide slump, but he's the pulse. Number 5. Alexander Isak, Anfield's $125 million rust bucket. The saga that shook summer, Isak forces out of Newcastle, Liverpool splash a record $125 million to land him. Preseason skipped amid the drama, but we thought he'd hit the ground sprinting. Nope, rusty. Raw. 4 games, 0 goals, 1 assist. Anfield's new king, more like a court jester so far. That Manchester United loss? NBC Sports slaps him with a 4 out of 10. Barely involved. Touches sparse. Thread. Minimal. The whispers? Turning to outright groans. Echoes of Andy Carroll's infamous flop? Too soon? Isak's pedigree screams redemption. But with Liverpool's attack sputtering, time's ticking. He could erupt any minute, or drag the Reds into doubt. Number 4. Miloš Kerkez, Liverpool's wobbly left flank. From Bundesliga buzz to Premier League beacon, Miloš Kerkez arrives as Arne Slot's left-back savior, meant to eclipse Robertson's twilight. Youth, grit, potential, check. But months in, liability, shaky, a nervous novice in the spotlight. Against United, 4 out of 10, repeatedly scanned, positioning all at sea. Redknapp calls him a nervous wreck. Carragher, vulnerable every time the ball swings left. When your club's icons eviscerate you publicly, it's rock bottom. Kerkez was the upgrade, now he's the exposed wire. Liverpool's defense creaks because of it. Adapt or perish, but can a kid under fire steady? Number 3. Omari Hutchinson, the hype that hyped and hid. $37.5 million for Omari Hutchinson, Forest's big swing for proven edge in Europe. Scouts raved. He was the next big thing. Starts handed, but nothing. No goals, no assists. Zilch to quiet the doubters. City ground is a circus. 2 managers axed already. Sympathy? Sure. But subpar performances, then benched for Postecoglou's finale? Ouch. Flop headlines swarm. For a club craving reliability, this reeks of gamble gone wrong. New boss incoming, faith restored, or another hype train derailed? Hutchinson's at the crossroads. Number 2. Mohamed Salah, the Pharaoh's famine. Controversial, absolutely. 2 goals, 2 assists by now? For mere mortals, decent. For Mohamed Salah, Armageddon. The Egyptian king who feasted with 4 goals and 4 assists by game week 6 last season is off. Way off. Touches per 90? Down. Shots? Scarce. XG chain? Snapped. By his metric, this is drought. Anfield faithful, used to sorcery, sense the shift. Salah's not flopping, he's just not Salahin. Pedigree demands more. The drop hits like a betrayal. Redemption's his middle name, but with Liverpool lurking mid-table threats, how long till the crown slips? Number 1. Ollie Watkins, Villa's deserted desert fox. Ollie Watkins, last season's talisman, 16 goals, 8 assists, Villa's top 4 ticket. This term, 1 lonely strike in 7. So barren, Unai Emery benches him for Spurs. The goal from Fulham? Vintage. Shoulder run, ice-cool finish. But that's it. A desert where goals should flood. Shot accuracy? Dismal. 25% on target. Ruthlessness? AWOL. Villa's top 4 push teeters without their fox in the box. Unai Emery's patience is finite. Watkins must hunt again or ambitions wither. Is this a blip or the beginning of the end for a fan favorite? There it is. The 10 Oldcomers turning Premier League promise into peril. 8 games deep, redemption's window cracks open. Will Rodgers roar back, Alonga electrify, or do they edge flop infamy? Time is the referee. Who's your biggest what if? Too harsh on Salah? Drop it in the comments. Let's debate. Hit subscribe for the twists, the deep dives, the glory returns. The season's young, the story's just heating up. See you next time.